Hey y'all, Church of Caboose is here, and we got some pretty exciting news that was released earlier this week from Bungie about the future of Destiny, and I think this is going to be fantastic for the franchise and will result in a ton of new players, bringing back those who left maybe a while ago because they were, for whatever reason, frustrations, whatever, and just overall incredibly positive for the game. First of all, we got with Opulence. Everyone was super excited about how the raid was going to work, as well as particularly the menagerie and having the ability to keep on forging weapons and be able to know exactly what you're going for once these runes are all decoded. But mostly of the excitement has been buzzing around from Shadowkeep. They announced, by they I mean Bungie, they're going to do a free-to-play option. To my understanding from watching videos and reading stuff on the internet, basically, if you do the free-to-play option, you'll be able to access essentially everything from the first year of Destiny 2. You would start off with a little bit of Destiny 1 just to kind of get some backstory with how Destiny is, what Destiny is about, and to kind of give a better groundwork for what a Guardian is in the story. But anyways, you spawn off in the Cosmodrome, then you get to go work through and level up a little bit and experience a little bit of D1, but you get to play I think all of Destiny 2 Year 1. You got the Red War campaign, I think next was Osiris, Warmind. You get all of that stuff that you get to play for free, including the Leviathan raid. So not only do you get like a free campaign experience, you get to do some of the end game things for free, which is why a lot of people even get into these RPG MMO type of things, is for all that end game activity. So that's pretty cool. I got a bunch of friends who left after Osiris. Things didn't play out quite how they were hoping, and got frustrated, and they stopped, and they didn't want to come back from for Forsaken. And I believe you get to do a little bit of everything Forsaken and the Shadowkeep as well with this free to play. And yeah, I know you for sure get to do some Shadowkeep because Bungie even specifically pointed out, free to play people will get to see some of each expansion, and we'll get to try out the new area, at least to some extent. Something else I'm really digging that is definitely, I would imagine, is almost purely because Activision is no longer around, which thank God that happened. But you get to buy individual expansions. So instead of having the whole annual pass where you buy an annual pass for the whole year, so you have to get everything as a bundle, you can pick and choose. So if you're someone who hates or doesn't like Gambit, you don't have to buy things like the Joker's Wild that just happened, where it's almost entirely about Gambit and Gambit's Prime. You can just leave it out. You're like, I don't want to deal with that. That's not my thing. I'm good. And so you can just get whatever expansion it is that you want. I mean, I'm sure you would miss out to some degree on a little bit of the story, but I mean, that's not that big of a deal for most people. So this is fantastic. It's going to bring back a lot of folks. This definitely feels like the player is cared about more here as opposed to the money, which I really appreciate. It's getting kind of old with Activision and feeling like it's just them trying to do nothing but get all of our money from us and with giving us as little back as possible. And we now get to feel like we're getting a lot of stuff, a big bang for our buck, and we get to kind of choose what we want to use our money for, which is great. I love it. Some other stuff happening. They're adding in much more customizations. Bungie is adding in especially for Shadowkeep. One of the more outstanding, I guess, or standout ways they're doing it is in their ViDoc. They talked about how they're really wanting to embrace the Destiny MMORPG and make everything more customizable. One of the specifics they gave was with armors. They specifically mentioned in their video that they noticed a lot of people would pick armor because of perks, but be really upset with how the armor looked. And so it's just kind of bumming. You get something that you really like how it looks, but maybe the armor is not quite as good as it was, or for the perks anyways, for another piece. So you might just use the armor perks and just hate how your character looks. Well, they're doing something where you can essentially trade back and forth the perks. So if you got perks on one armor, you like unlock those perks, and so then you can attach them to whatever armor you want, is my understanding from watching Bungie's ViDoc. And I just think that's really cool how you're gonna be able to customize your armor more like you could in Destiny 1, where you had resilience and intellect and discipline. All those things, they're basically the same kinds of deals as now, only they're more customizable. They're having what appears to be more armor mod slots, and so once you unlock a perk, you can just put that into any armor you want, is what they were kind of showing in their video, which I think is really, really fantastic this year. They're also doing an artifact. I think it's like the Gatekeeper's Eye, if I remember correctly from looking at the image on their video, which they described as, once fully upgraded, gives you perks that are very similar to an exotic perk, which is pretty cool. So you can, get these this artifact and level it up, and it looks like there's a bunch of different trees and things on it from when I was paused the video and just kind of looked at that artifact. So I think it would be pretty customizable. So anyways, Destiny 2 is taking off, guys. Activision leaving. We're kind of finally starting to see more of the fruits of that split. And I think this is fantastic for the franchise. I think it'll bring a whole bunch of people back. And hopefully you guys all agree with me. If not, that's cool. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. If you appreciated this video, please do me a favor and hit like, share. If you would like to see more content, whether it be guides, reviews, my series Church Rants, whatever, please slap that subscription button. That'd mean a lot to me. Makes me feel pretty appreciated when I see anyone watches these videos, and especially those subscriptions. My current subscribers, thank you guys all so much. You're fantastic. I hope you guys all have a great day. Get excited, guys. Destiny 2 is about to fly off the handle in this mamma jamma. So I hope you all, anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and happy grinding.